Well, as a bass player, and that's precisely the reason why I chose to play bass guitar, is because I was, you know, I like so many different kinds of music, and especially when I first started. At some point in my life, I wanted to play an instrument that I would be able to play, all the styles of music, and it has been that way. With bass guitar, I have played everything from Latin music to rock and roll to reggae to even country when I first moved to Florida. So my influences come from all over the place. And Venezuela is normally like that. Musicians have a very open mind when it comes to music. So we listen basically to pretty much everything. I actually, I had to do some research and take the music that was recorded before me apart in order for me to approach his style. And then once I feel like I was achieving that, then I started putting my own input into the songs that were even recorded before. It took some work to try to adjust to what he had done to mix it with my style. But I think at this point, the combination is good. So it's probably what it needs to be at this point. Well, one thing that I like about this band and the New Planet is definitely like a collective effort. All the ideas are never that are brought on the table are never turned down. Everything's on the table to be analyzed and see if it works for the song or not. Basically, I did like 2 or 3 approaches to the songs, and I always showed them to the guys. Okay, look, this is one bass line, or I have this other idea, and pretty much I let them choose, which ones they thought it worked better for the song. But it's writing songs with the New Planets is a great experience because it's a very good combination of great musicians with good collective effort. I mean, again, I have done many recordings. I mean, since I was 21 years old. I'm not gonna say how old I am now, but and I've been on all different kinds of situations. It's not the first time that I have recorded, in a kind of a more live environment like we did this last album. I think it's fine. It gives it, what it was, the purpose of doing it like that. It was just to achieve a more live sound, and basically that was the goal, and I think we reached that goal. So it's nothing different that I've done it before, and I have done recording in all different kind of situations and environment for many different kind of musicians too. So it was very enjoyable doing it that way because you get to hear you get the best of both worlds. You're in a studio setting, but getting the live sound of the band. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of good people out there and good bands. I mean, we're trying to do our best and see wherever it takes us. But yeah, I mean, that is the goal, to write really good songs and be able to put it on there, and hopefully people will like them. It is Warwick Thumb Bolton. It's a German made bass guitar. Very heavy, very dense. I like it because you can actually get a lot of different sounds with it, and the density of the bass makes for a really good bass guitar. It is breaking my back when we had to play 5-hour gigs, but it is worth it because I love the sound of Warwick. It's been with me for the last 10 years. I have had 3 Warwicks so far in the last 10, 11 years. Well, the way how we write music with the New Planets is more on the experimental side. I wouldn't say that we don't come to the table and say, okay, we have to start writing songs that sound more like the 90s or even the 2000s. We just come up with a song, and it might start like with a country feel, and we start developing around that. So I think where we're going, I don't know, but I think it's a good thing not to know sometimes, because it takes you to new places with the new planets.